Hi, I'm Joseph, an APS high school student who is here today to welcome you to the LZ. The LZ, short for Learning Zones, is a more personalized approach to education. Beginning in the 2017-18 school year, Albuquerque Public Schools is dividing into 4 smaller geographic learning zones, or LZs, each designed to meet the unique needs of its community. I live and go to school in LZ2. I'm a senior at Trisco Heritage Academy and also went to Truman Middle School and Carlos Ray Elementary. So did a lot of my classmates, or they went to schools in nearby neighborhoods. Other schools in LZ2 include Rio Grande and West Mesa High Schools and their feeders. I have a lot of friends who go to those schools. We see each other at church or the movies or the local fast food restaurants. My friend Riley goes to El Dorado High School. That's in LZ4. We met at District Council, which brings students from across APS together on a regular basis. Riley and I like to hike and bike along the Sandia foothills or hang with her friends who go to EHS or nearby La Cueva and Sandia. Her view of the city is opposite of mine. That's the thing about Albuquerque Public Schools. It's huge. It has something like 85,000 students. That's more than most of the cities and towns in New Mexico. It's over 1,200 square miles, stretching from the mountains across the river and Bosque to the volcanoes in Southwest Mesa. And while there are lots of advantages to being a part of large school district, more resources, choices, and opportunities, as well as economies of scale, each part of town has its own personality. And so do its schools. APS students all want the same basic things from our education. We want to be good readers, problem solvers, and critical thinkers. We expect to graduate from high school prepared to go to college, trade school, or into the military on our way to successful careers. We also want to feel safe. Nobody wants to be hungry or cold or scared. Even though we share similar goals, our paths might look a little different depending on the neighborhood, or LZ, in which we live. In my LZ, for example, lots of students are enrolled in dual language classes. I started my bilingual education at Carlos Ray, continued it through my years at Truman, and will graduate high school with a bilingual seal, opening doors for me in the future. My friend Jeff, who I also met at District Council, goes to Volcano Vista in LZ3. Jeff really enjoys extracurricular activities and sports, especially when his school beats Rio Rancho teams. Another friend, Maya, goes to Highland in LZ1, one of the district's many community schools that provide resources and services for neighborhood families. It's not unusual to have people coming and going all day long at these schools. Albuquerque Public Schools wants all of its students to attend high-quality schools that are responsive to their communities. The district expects these schools to provide access and equity for all, create environments for students to thrive academically, socially, emotionally, physically, and with humanity, prepare students to be successful at the next level with 21st century skills, engage students in meaningful educational experiences. That's why APS is taking a more personalized pre-K to graduation approach to education. If you're closer to the problem, you're closer to the solution, right? How will these zones work? Well, there will be 4 of them. LZ1 will consist of Albuquerque, Highland, and Manzano High Schools and their feeder schools. LZ2 is made up of Trisco Heritage, Rio Grande, and West Mesa High Schools and their feeder schools. The schools in LZ3 are Cibola, Valley, and Volcano Vista High Schools and their feeder schools. LZ4 includes Del Norte, El Dorado, La Cueva, and Sandia High Schools and their feeder schools. Each LZ will be assigned an associate superintendent along with support staff. They will be on hand to support the schools and provide needed services on a daily basis. They'll help with training, instruction, data collection and interpretation, technology, testing, special education, and more. The schools will learn from and support each other too. One way they'll do this is through monthly rounds. Similar to hospital rounds made by doctors, instructional rounds involve colleagues, in this case associate superintendents and neighboring principals, making visits to provide feedback based on schools' developed problems of practice. The rounds have been very effective, resulting in enhanced dialogue, collaboration among feeder schools and communities, and support and strategies for improvement. It's a vertical approach to education. APS is looking at schools less as levels, elementary versus middle versus high, and more as continuum of education that begins in preschool and ends with seniors walking across a stage to pick up their diploma. It's a work in progress, but bottom line, the LZs are designed to help me, my friends and classmates, and all the students in APS succeed. And that's a pretty good goal. Wouldn't you agree?